What's good, y'all? You back with Streets, freestyle cooking with Streets. Thanks for tuning in. Like always, hope everybody out there staying safe and healthy. Of course, y'all know what it is. Got another great recipe video to share with y'all. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If this your first time coming to my channel, yo, please hit that subscribe, like, share, and hit that notification bell for the latest, greatest recipe videos I bring to y'all. Trust me, you will not regret it. Come through, check it out. We get it in. Alright? That's all I got to say. Now, we gonna go right in, of course. Alright? So today, like I always do, sometimes I already be in the mix of starting a recipe or preparing something, and sometimes I just stop and say, hold up, I gotta bring my people in. You know what I mean? Got to share the video with everybody else. Let me bring out the camera, let's do it. And that's what I was doing today. So today, I'm doing like a little steak feast. Okay, I got two different cuts of steak, because I just was in that mood. And sometimes when I do like steak dinners, I don't always want one cut of steak. I might want, it's like going to a steakhouse where you can have multiple cuts of steak coming to you all day. You feel me? But we doing it at home, not at the restaurant. Y'all can do this right at the crib. Alright? So, on the board, you see, I got me some hanger steak that I already started cleaning up. Boom. And I got me some flank steak where I put a little salt brine so it's doing its thing. Alright? Now, if the meat looks a little dark to y'all, the butcher I go to, they dry age it a little bit. So when you go to your butcher, you look at that case and you see like the meat and it look dark, you say, oh, is that bad? Nah, it's just dry aged a little bit. Dry age give you that more, and these cuts of meat are real flavorful cuts of meat. You feel me? Like the hanger steaks, real flavorful meat, man. You know what I mean? And with the hanger steak, it's only one per cow. So, once they butcher up the cow and you got ribs, you got multiple ribeyes, you got multiple T-bones, you only get one hanger steak, y'all. Alright? And back in the day, I did my research on the hanger steak. They call it the butcher's cut, but the butcher secretly knew how good this piece of meat was. This cut banging, and didn't nobody else know, so they kept it to themselves. You feel me? But now we doing it. And over here I got the flank steak that come from like the abdominal part of the cow. Another nice cut of meat that gets real tender, like as y'all can see. Like I said, I got it in the salt brine. We about to rinse that off. All right, but I'm gonna get some salt on my first, before I get into salting it up, y'all. Now, when I got it from the butcher, it was connected like this. I already had started working it. I had already started working on this before I brought y'all in. Okay. Now, it was like this, nice big cut of meat, and then you'll see like when it's together, you'll see like this white tendon that you have to cut out. That is real tough. That I had cut out right here. I cut it out. But you'll see it though. It'll be like a white tendon, and you'll just go across that tendon and cut it out where you separate your meat. You see, I still got a little bit that I gotta still cut off, as you can see, because we want our meat to be like that. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And this is me cutting it off. Tiny bit of meat still left on it, but it's real tough. Like, you see how I'm pulling it? It's real tough, man. You don't really want to eat that, and you want to clean it up like that. And like I said, go ahead and get the rest of this off, just like that. Boom. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about, y'all. All right, keep a little bit of the fat on. Alright, and that's our hanger steak, y'all. Cleaned up. So when you get it and you notice that, and it depends on how many pounds you got. This was just like maybe a couple of pounds, and they already had it kind of cleaned up a little bit. So I just had to take out that hard tendon, the tough part, where you can ask your butcher to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this particular cut of meat, you're not going to really find it in your local market. It's, you know, because there's only one of these a cow, so you know the mass production of this would be insane. You know what I'm saying? But you can get it from specialty places. You know, your butcher. You know, I mean, it's a real good cut of meat. You don't have to add a lot of seasoning to it because the meat itself is flavorful, just like the flank steak. Okay, all right, or just like the filet mignon. You know what I mean? All right. So once you get it, once you cut that out, and like I said, this little bits of fat, I want to leave that just to get that extra flavor. You know, when I get in the pan and caramelize, you know, I want to keep that. But you know, you can cut that off if you want. I didn't pretty much, like I said before I brought y'all in, cleaned it up how I want it. All right, that's where I want it, man. All right. And again, like I said, don't worry about that dark color. That's that dry age. You know, I'm gonna do a video with some dry aged ribeye or New York strip or something like that, where you know it's being dry aged for months. You feel me? But that's a whole other video. I ain't gonna take it off topic. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some salt on this, because I'm gonna give it a little bit of salt brine like I did the flank steak over here. Give it a little bit of salt brine, a real generous amount of salt. And this is just going to make it even more tender. I mean, I got 2 pieces, so flip it over. Get that too. You know, and a lot of times, you know, you go to the market, you got a taste for steak. A lot of times people get what they're familiar with. T-bone, New York strip, porterhouse, you know, London broil. You got these specialty cuts like the flank. That's why it's good to have a butcher that you can go to get these specific cuts, because some are tender, some are flavorful, some are, you know, they all different. Okay? That's why I'm sharing this with y'all, so y'all can try this. You know what I mean? Y'all don't got to go to the fancy restaurant to get the hanger steak, or aka the butcher's cut steak. You could do it at the crib. Alright? Gonna discard these. Gonna get that a few minutes. Rinse off our flank steak. Come back to y'all. Let's do it! Alright, y'all. Now that I got my hanger steak salted up right here, let me show y'all real quick. Got it salted up, giving that little salt brine for about 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Bring a little color back too. Alright. Boom. I got my flank steak rinsed off. I had it in the salt brine for a long time. And anytime you brine anything or marinate anything, the longer is always better. So you see this cut is nice. You know what I mean? Got a little age on it. Oh yeah, we're about to get it in. So I'm gonna go ahead and season this up. I patted it dry, because you want to have a dry piece of meat at room temperature. Okay, you don't want no moisture coming out. That's just going to mess up the whole cook. Okay, so you want it room temperature, pat it dry. So after you do your salt brine for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, rinse it off real good, pat it real dry. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. And this is a flavor, and this cut of meat is already flavorful, so we don't have to go overboard with the seasoning. All right, add some salt. So add some pepper. Okay, y'all. And for this size cut, I would say I'm only using about a half a teaspoon of salt, maybe a teaspoon of salt, because it's got a little bit of thickness on it. Maybe a half teaspoon of pepper, but depending on the size of your cut of steak, you know, you just want to season it to taste. Okay, but you don't want to go real crazy with it, because the beef itself is flavorful. Okay, so now I'm gonna add, I got this Rufus Teague steak rub. You can use whatever kind of steak rub you have. I'm gonna add some of that on there also. Alright, I'm gonna also do the other side. Real quick. All right, and then you want to go ahead and because once you get your meat seasoned, you want to go ahead and get your oven going at I would say about 300, because what we want to do is I want to kind of bring this up slow, because we're going to kind of like reverse sear it. Okay, so I'm gonna go put it in the oven, bring it up to temp about 120, 125. That's like rare. Bring it up to about that, and then we're going to sear it. Okay, so we're reverse searing. We're going in the oven first, and then we searing, instead of searing first and then the oven. You feel me? All right. So get your oven ready. Let me get my baking dish ready. Bang. All right, we got it up in the baking pan on the foil. Got my trusty thermometer. I got my thermometer that y'all know. Y'all gotta keep one in the kitchen. We want to get that precise temp. So I'm gonna stick it in the thickest part of the meat. Get it right up in there. All right, and as y'all can see, it's working already. Yeah, it's only about 75 degrees raw. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead. Now I got it set on my particular one. I can set the time limit so it'll go off the timer once it gets to 125. It'll be ready to come out. All right, so you got your oven on 300, ready to go. Let's get this in there. Keep this thing moving, y'all. Let's do it. All right, y'all, so I got my flank steak almost coming to temp. I just checked my thermometer. It's about at 119. So I got my cast iron ready, getting it hot. We're gonna get a nice sear on this, y'all. So as soon as we come out the oven with it, we gonna get a nice sear on it and let it rest, y'all. Takes no time, real easy. Let's do it. So once it gets to that 125 temp, we're gonna put a nice little sear on it, ready to go. All right, so get your pan nice and hot. I got me some sunflower oil ready to go. Get it nice and hot. Go ahead, maybe about a couple tablespoons. Get that around. Get that smoker hot, and we're gonna get our steak up in there, y'all. Let's do it. Now that I got my pan nice and hot and smoking, we're gonna put it right on in there, y'all. Ooh, that's when you hear that sizzle. That's when you know what's popping, y'all. And we wanna flip this, okay? Now normally you don't want to touch your meat when it's in the pan, but this particular cut could kind of curl up on you, so we're gonna keep flipping it like every 30 seconds, y'all. All right, so we get our nice color, nice crust on it. All right, so we're gonna keep flipping it. Oh yeah, we already getting some nice color. And like I said, we don't want this cut of meat to start to buckle, so we want to keep flipping it so we can kind of get it to still just cook evenly on each side. Like I said, like every 30 seconds, y'all, for about 4 or 5 minutes. So yeah, y'all, smelling good. This takes no time. We just want to get a nice little sear on it. We already got it at temp. All right, y'all, think we ready? We got our nice little color on there. Got a nice little sear on there. We're going to take it out the pan. Go ahead and put it on the pan to rest. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and turn our heat down. Alright. And we're going to let our meat rest. I'm going to put some aluminum foil on this so we can keep all the juices. You always want to rest your steak, y'all. Alright. And we're going to get to our hanger steak. Let's do it. Okay, keeping this thing moving. Got the hanger steak rinsed off from the salt brine, patted dry. Go ahead and season it up, y'all. Some salt, some pepper. We're gonna use that same pan we just used with our flank. We got the flank resting. Some pepper. And that's it, y'all, because this is a real flavorful piece of meat, so trust me, you'll love it. And you know that medium rare is where we want it. Oh yeah, let's get that on there. Alright. Alright, got our pan back up, heating up, still a little hot. Add a little bit more oil. Alright, now that our pan is nice and hot, let's go ahead and get our hanger steak in there. Oh yeah, y'all. And this we want to just let it chill for like 3 minutes, and I'm going to flip it. Alright? And this steak is so tender and so nice. You want it at a medium rare. I mean, I know some of y'all might like it medium well, but this, I'm telling you, if you have this at a medium rare, slightly over, you will love the flavor. It's delicious. So we're going to do it on about 4 minutes on each side. You know what I mean? Get this thing up and out of there, y'all. Let's do it. Alright, it's been about 4 minutes. Let's flip it over. Oh yeah, y'all, look at that. Nice little crust going on. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Alright, we can do it another 3 or 4 minutes on that side. Make sure all our sides are brown nicely. We're going to get it up out the pan. Alright, y'all, think my hanger steaks is ready to rest. Go ahead and shut my pan down. Let's get them up on here, y'all. Oh yeah, they looking good. Nice color. Oh yeah, y'all. Gonna let them rest. Alright. Turn my pan off. Now we want to use all these bits and pieces on the bottom of this pan. We want to use all this font on the bottom of this pan, y'all. Alright? Try to put together a little sauce, alright? Alright. So next, I was cutting up some sweet potato on the side. I peeled, cut it up in nice rounds. You know, sweet potatoes got that unorthodox shape. Doesn't even matter though. But you want to cut up some round, thin slices. You know, as if you was making like some scallops. Get them in a bowl. Get some olive oil. Okay, pour a little bit of olive oil in there. And I'm using one sweet potato, y'all, because I'm going to use my mini cast irons to create this side dish. A little quick side dish. Real easy, real simple. I'm going to go ahead and add some salt. Alright. And some pepper. And you want to have your oven heated at 375. You know, but it should still be pretty warm from when we had our flank in there. So we got our flank resting. And we got our hanger steak resting. Alright, once we get that mixed up, go ahead and get my mini cast iron skillet. And we're just going to go ahead and line it around, y'all. Like so. You know, and cut your pieces, you know, as round as you can. You know, like I said, sweet potatoes get funny. You might have some pieces that are bigger than the other. But we just want to go ahead all the way around. Yeah, y'all. There we go. You know, I wish I could be nice and fancy and have it nice and perfect for y'all, but we about the good food flow. Alright. There we go. And plus this is a little mini skillet, so it'd be different if we had we was using a regular 12-inch skillet. But that'll do right there, y'all. Alright, get them in there nice and, you know, just like that. That looks good to me. Alright. Boom. Now we want to go ahead, throw this whole thing in the oven for about 20 minutes. So we got start to get some color, get our potatoes roasted, y'all. Alright, then we're going to get back to our pan, get our sauce ready. Alright, y'all, let's go. About to get our sauce ready. So we're gonna do like a little peppercorn sauce. I got some green peppercorns. Wrap some up in there. I got some red peppercorns. The green peppercorns, they're a little milder than the black peppercorns. You know, black peppercorns are a little bit more spicier, but these got a lot more flavor. It's a little bit milder, you know. And the red peppercorns are kind of like fruitier, sweeter. You know, still got that mild taste like pepper, but just a little fruity touch. But we're gonna do a mixture of the green and red peppercorns, okay? So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna crush them up a little bit, and then we're gonna toast them, all right? All right, so just go ahead and crush them up a little bit. I don't want to grind them down to powder. I just want to crush them up a little bit, get them nice and toasted. You know, we don't want no hard bites in our sauce. Like, we don't want to be biting stuff and getting caught up in our teeth. Okay, got our pan back on. Same pan we was using. Go ahead and get my peppercorns up in there. Go ahead and mix them around a little bit. I also want to get some brandy up in there, y'all. We're going to do the flambe. Let's do the flambe. Alright, y'all. That's how we're going to deglaze our pan with the flambe. Real quick and easy. The pan's still hot. Alright, next I want to go ahead and add some beef stock in. About a cup. Alright, now it's been about 5 minutes. Let that come down a little bit. Turn my heat down to medium high. Add some heavy cream, y'all. About a 1/4 cup. I can smell them peppercorns. They are popping. Alright, then we're going to bring this to a simmer. Next, I want to add some butter. A couple knobs of butter. Try to get it a little bit thicker. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, y'all, there we go. Our peppercorn sauce is done. Alright, now let's cut into our steaks. Get this thing plated on up. Check on our potatoes. We at the finish line, y'all. Let's do it. Alright, y'all, I got my potato skillet out. Alright. Oh yeah, they looking real good, smelling good. Got me some cheese. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want. Go ahead and top that off with some cheese. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and get that back in the broiler until the cheese is melted, y'all. So let's cut into our steak while this is going back into the broiler for just a couple of minutes. Alright, y'all, we got our hanger steak that's been nice and rested. Alright, we want to cut against the grain. Get this thing sliced on up, y'all. Let's do it. Alright, let's get this thing sliced up. Oh yeah, nice and juicy. Oh yeah, got that nice medium rare going on. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. And like filet mignon, you can only eat this medium rare. I mean, you don't really want it well done or medium well. I know some of y'all don't like the pink and the redness, but once you try this meat, oh my goodness, y'all never go back. Trust me, it's so tenderful. I mean, it's so tender and flavorful. You're gonna love it. All right. Oh my goodness, look at that, y'all. Look at that right there. Look at that. I gotta take a piece, man. Mouth watering as I'm cutting it. There we go. Alright, let me get the rest of this cut up. Alright, now next we got our flank. Let's go. Oh my goodness. So I'm talking about, y'all. That goodness right there. Look at that juicy. Look at it swap off the board. Swap that juice off the board. Look at that. Oh yeah. Against the grain, y'all. And this was resting, so it was still kind of cooking while I was resting, so it's a little bit close to well, as you can see, but it's still juicy, y'all. The juices is flowing on my board. I'm just wiping it up off the board. Another piece. Gotta do it, y'all. Alright, y'all. Steak on the plate. Got our peppercorn sauce. Let's do the thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, y'all. Get it across our flank too. There we go. So I'm talking about, y'all. Got our potatoes over here. I'm gonna garnish with some parsley. Oh yeah. And we're gonna get some of that up on our potatoes too. Alright, y'all. There we go. We got our flank steak ready to go. We got our hanger steak. Oh yeah, y'all, look at that. Got our peppercorn sauce. Oh my goodness. Got our hanger steak. Flank steak right here. And we also got our potatoes, y'all. Our sweet potatoes with cheese and parsley. Yo, y'all know how I do, man. I'm about to go in on this. So please subscribe, like, share, hit that notification bell, comment. If y'all want me to make something, let me know. Holla at me. If y'all tried to, let me know. And y'all know how I do, man. Holla. Thanks for coming through.